8 Money Matters Rich Parents Teach Their Kids. Welcome back to the channel Wisgram, where you can get practical wisdom for money, investing, success, and more. In today's video, I'll be sharing the 8 things that rich parents teach their kids about money. But before we begin, please give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so that you wouldn't miss any of our new videos that will be uploaded every week. Now, let's get started. According to Steve Siebold's research on how rich people think, the average parents teach their kids how to survive while rich parents teach their kids how to be rich. Living a rich life requires a critical understanding of the money system, and the children from successful families learn about them earlier than others do. So, what are the things that rich parents teach their children about money? Here are 8 of them. Number 1. The importance of money. Have your parents discussed basic questions like, what needs to happen to improve my finances? Or what factors determine my salary or revenue? It is true that in average families, the only time kids hear about money is when the parents are arguing about not having enough, thus creating a negative concept of money in children's minds. Rich people give money full attention. They naturally talk about money as something that needs to be addressed right away. Rich parents usually discuss the value and importance of money in their households. They talk about how much things cost and compare it with others. They tell their children the purpose of saving and the ways to achieve it. This makes their kids partly involved in money matters, which helps them gain a thorough understanding of the concept of money at a young age. Number 2. The difference between assets and liabilities. Most poor people earn money and spend it right away without even considering the difference between an asset and a liability. An asset is something that brings money to your savings, and liabilities do the opposite. It takes away from it. The car you drive and the house you live in are both liabilities. The same goes for everything that you purchase. Why? Because they do not generate any revenue but demand more money. The rich focus their time and money on acquiring assets like buying an apartment to bring cash flow every month. They also understand the power of time an asset holds. What I mean is, assets generate cash flow even when you're sleeping. When you have an apartment for rent, you can expect a monthly revenue even without putting in a lot of effort. Number 3. How to manage their money. Rich parents do not stop talking about the importance of money. They also teach their children how to manage it. Most rich parents give their children pocket money, which their children take full control over, unlike average parents who limit the money they give and direct where and how to buy it. Rich people let their kids play with money. Let them buy something and regret it later. Let them save money or give it to someone else. They let their children get a hold of the money because it is when they learn valuable lessons that only experience can teach them. They learn how to independently control and manage their own money, which in the future is greatly beneficial. While most average parents give their children random things that they ask for like toys or snacks, rich parents generously give their kids the ability to control money instead, because the lessons they learn will be much more valuable in the long run than the pocket money itself. Number 4. Solving problems is the quickest way to get rich. What is the fundamental difference between getting paid and getting rich? That's something the rich people teach their children. Poor people get paid for a task that someone needs done, like a single activity job where they basically do repetitive jobs over and over again. Rich people never do the same thing every day because they focus on the bigger problem. And you probably know that the bigger the problem you fix, the richer you become. For example, poor people deliver newspapers, but rich people create content websites. Poor people answer a phone call, but rich people produce automated messaging. Same results, less inconvenience. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos. These three famous entrepreneurs become successful and wealthy by solving problems for humanity and creating products and services to serve that mission. The lesson here is people will pay you for money to solve their problems and enhance the quality of their lives. So, think big enough. Number 5. Develop productive habits. Except for managing money, rich people teach their kids to create a habit for themselves. Did you know that it normally takes around 21 days to build a new habit? Amazing, right? A habit is something that a person does often in a regular and repeated way. It simply becomes a part of you. Do you lack vocabulary? Transform reading and writing into a habit. Do you want to get physically healthy and fit? Make a habit of exercising. The same goes for work. If you create a habit of organizing your workflow, things will be a lot easier. There might even be a chance that a new door opens up for you. Rich people wisely use the power of habit to get ahead in life. They know that it magnifies what you feed it. They simply choose wealth creation actions as their daily habits, while the poor pick negative routines. Number 6. They're not entitled to anything. Rich people know that if they don't work for something, it can be taken away from them. Being born wealthy is an advantage. You have access to better resources and you don't have to worry about basic needs. That's a given. But there is also a downside. Most rich people open themselves up to new threats that poor people don't have to worry about. They have more to lose. With this in mind, rich parents teach their children that they need to remain focused on growth. They instill in their children's minds that success in life depends on their actions and not on their parents' money. Being rich starts with someone who works incredibly hard to build wealth and to continuously pass that wealth to succeeding generations. Their children must do the same because the feeling of entitlement without work or sacrifice leads to an unfortunate collapse. Number 7. Social and influential skills. Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, taught Warren Buffett diplomacy, and this factor helped him create his fortune. Rich people know that social rules are basic for a happy life. They teach their children the principles of books, which later on will help them in their careers and relationships. Warren Buffett highlighted the importance of relationships and related it to success. What good is all the money if you have no one to share it with? Rich parents socialize their kids before the age of 4. Why? Because it has a massive effect throughout their life. Other kids will want them, even other parents. If people like being around you, it creates a higher possibility for doors of opportunities. And when their children grow up, people will treat them better, get access to better jobs, and make better friends. This tree of benefits from early socialization will help them influence other people too. Number 8. 80% of the results come from 20% effort. Have you ever noticed that rich parents do not force their kids to be on top of the class? It has something to do with the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. Relating to business, in the 80-20 rule, you prioritize the 20% of factors that will produce the best results. A principle of the 80-20 rule is to identify an entity's best assets and use them efficiently to create maximum value. Back to the question, the answer is, it takes too much time and effort to focus on academic education, putting less time for real-life experiences and lessons. There's more value to take out from experimenting in the real world than being inside and studying all night just to get 5 or 10% more on your exam. All of this sums up to one point. Rich people basically teach their kids how to think, while average kids are taught what to think. Hope that there are lots of takeaways from today's video. Also, don't forget to share your comments with us below. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching and see you again soon in another one of our episodes. Once again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family so that they can enjoy it as well. With that said, have a wonderful day everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.